How to use the power of now to manage stress. Stress is something that can sneak up on you, and more often than not, it's the result of our thoughts, the things we obsess about that happened in the past, or the worries about what could happen in the future. But here's the truth. Most of these worries are just mental constructs. The power of now, written by Eckhart Tolle, teaches us that the only time we can truly control is the present. So let's dive into the techniques I use to harness this wisdom and manage stress. 1. Focus on the present moment. The first technique I use is simple but incredibly effective: focusing on the present moment. Whenever I feel myself getting overwhelmed, I take a deep breath and remind myself to come back to now. I focus on the sensations I'm feeling, whether it's the warmth of the sun on my skin, the texture of something I'm holding, or even just my breath. This helps pull me out of my head and into the present where stress can't exist. 2. Observe your thoughts without engaging. One of the most powerful techniques I've learned is to observe my thoughts without engaging with them. When stress hits, I used to immediately spiral into my thoughts, thinking about everything I had to do or worrying about what was going wrong. But now I notice the thoughts without attaching any judgment or emotion to them. I let them come and go like clouds drifting by. This shift has allowed me to distance myself from my stress rather than getting absorbed by it. 3. Practice acceptance. Another key technique is acceptance. Now, instead of resisting my stress or feeling frustrated by it, I accept it as part of the moment. I've learned that resisting stress only amplifies it. So when I feel stressed, I acknowledge it and say to myself, it's okay to feel this way. Accepting the stress without judgment allows me to release some of the pressure and gives me space to deal with it in a calmer, more balanced way. 4. Find stillness in the midst of chaos. Stillness is one of the most effective ways I deal with stress. I make it a point to find moments of quiet, even if it's just for a few minutes. Whether it's sitting down with a cup of tea or going for a walk, I try to step away from the chaos and find a moment of peace. In these moments, I focus on my breath, empty my mind, and let go of everything else. This stillness helps to reset my mental state and brings clarity. 5. Turn stress into an opportunity for presence. Here's a technique I've started using recently: turning stress into an opportunity to be present. When I'm feeling stressed, instead of looking for a way to escape it, I lean into it. I use the stress as a signal to pause and center myself. By consciously deciding to stay present during stressful moments, I not only reduce the impact of the stress, but also build my resilience. It's about shifting your mindset from, I need to get rid of this stress, to, I can handle this stress with presence. 6. Release the need to control. Another technique that's been really helpful is releasing the need to control everything. I used to get really stressed out when things weren't going according to my plan, but now I accept that there are things beyond my control. When I let go of that need to control every situation, I feel lighter and I can deal with stress in a more grounded way. This has been one of the most freeing practices I've adopted from the power of now. 7. Use breathing to ground yourself. Lastly, I use deep breathing to ground myself. When stress hits, my first instinct is to breathe shallowly, but I've learned that slowing my breath down can immediately reduce my stress levels. I take a deep breath in for a count of 4, hold for a moment, and then slowly exhale for a count of 6. This simple technique not only calms my nervous system, but also brings my awareness back to the present moment. So, there you have it. 7 powerful techniques I use to manage stress, all inspired by the power of now. If you're feeling overwhelmed, try implementing these techniques in your daily routine and see how it changes your experience of stress. For full instructions and more detailed explanations of each technique, Check out my blog post on how I use the power of now to manage stress at dailyselfwisdom.com. The link is also in the description below.